Hi everyone. Because of all that's happening in the world, the passion we had for the Corvette C8 in Australia after its initial reveal has kind of moved into the background. The right-hand drive C8 won't be here anytime soon, and some still question whether it's actually coming at all. But behind the scenes, things are moving along steadily with C8 for Australia. Stay tuned and I'll bring you up to date with what's happening now and what will be happening with the fabulous C8 Corvette. So the first thing I want you to understand is that right-hand drive C8 Corvette is coming to Australia. Have no doubt about that. We know the right-hand drive has been announced for the UK, with the timing and pricing revealed. Our time is coming. So let me bring you up to date with the latest news. With some good journalistic work, US website GM Authority has uncovered 2 trademark applications from GM in Australia. One for GMSV and the other for SV specialty vehicles, including an SV logo. These filings took place on June the 19th and July the 3rd respectively. But this emergence of GMSV, or General Motors Specialty Vehicles, has been an open secret for some time. And I've often talked about it in my videos. But the exposure in the media of these trademark filings has put the matter beyond doubt. And even the non-believers now accept it. A GMSV team of about 8 people has already been set up within Holden, headed by Peter Keeley, a long-term Holden senior executive. Now, whether Keeley is there for the long term or just setting the group up is at the moment unclear, but he'd certainly be a good choice to guide GMSV through its infancy. However, the form GMSV will take is still a subject of contention. Many in the media believe that the old HSV will become GMSV, while others say it'll all be owned by GM, or it'll be a joint venture between GM and Walkinshaw, the old HSV. Now, without going too deeply into the legal aspects of a joint venture, I can summarise the 2 most likely scenarios. Firstly, this could be the 2 corporations coming together to form a single corporation, with each owning a percentage of the new company, making one company. Or it could be the 2 companies retaining their individual identities, but forming an agreement, possibly a legal agreement, to combine their resources to achieve a shared goal. As far as the single corporation goes, jointly owned, I can't see what Walkinshaw could bring to the table to motivate GM to share the Corvette profit. GM owns and builds the car in the US and it's already right-hand drive. GM also has a former group of franchisees with their GM trained technicians, many of whom would make ideal GMSV dealers. GM also has an existing after-sales group handling Holden's warranties, service and spares, accessories, the training, technical support, and a host of other essential operations that could seamlessly absorb the Corvette as part of their charter. In fact, I'd be very surprised if they weren't already gearing up for the Corvette C8. So there's nothing there for the Walkinshaw Group to contribute to the C8 program. So why would GM share the profit with them? That makes no sense at all. Plus, it's interesting to note the trademark application was filed by GM alone. However, the importing of left-hand drive vehicles to be converted to right-hand drive for GM to sell in Australia, such as the Silverado, is a different matter. In this case, the Walkinshaw Group is the best in the country for performing right-hand drive conversions, and they're possibly the best in the world at this job. So some sort of joint venture between the two corporations to work together, but for each to remain a separate entity, seems like the way it would go. GM would import the left-hand drive vehicles to Australia at their price, and Walkinshaw would perform the conversions. As I said before, GM already has a network of former dealers with GM-trained technicians who are ready to sell and service the imported GM vehicles as licensed GMSV franchisees. But I do think about the two slightly different trademarks. This may be a simple case of protection of the two names, or maybe there'll actually be two separate entities somehow at play. We'll just have to wait and see. So what's the hold up in GM officially announcing the GMSV operation and the sales of C8? This hold up is because of the standoff between Holden and its dealers as to the compensation package offered by GM for early termination of the franchisee agreement. Initially, some 65% of dealers agreed to the deal prior to Holden's June the 30th deadline. Since then, this number has grown to now about 90%, albeit reluctantly. The remaining 15 or so dealers probably won't ever agree to GM's terms and will continue to pursue the legal option. And it's interesting to note that these dealers have the right to continue as Holden dealers under their existing contracts, which run through 2022. But the Holden stock of new cars is almost exhausted, with reports only about 2,000 cars remain. Plus there are a few more still to be delivered from the overseas suppliers. So Holden dealerships won't be conducting any new car sales beyond 1 or 2 months at the most. But they could continue by having used car sales, perhaps for some of them while they're pursuing a deal with another manufacturer. These stay-put dealers, along with the dealers who have signed an agreement and wish to do so, can continue servicing the extensive numbers of Holdens existing currently on our roads. I believe Holden is already well down the track with a new signage package for Holden service sites, and we should start seeing this soon. So the bottom line is that the dealer situation has been resolved as much as ever will be, and you can expect an announcement very soon. I'm talking before the end of the month, but maybe even as soon as within another week. And like they did in the UK, let's hope this announcement will include timing and I hope even pricing for Australia's C8. And in a whisper of hope on pricing, Joshua Dowling of caradvice.com reports dealers have been given indicative pricing for the C8 starting at between $120,000 to $130,000 plus on-road costs. Now, I'm afraid the price will be a little higher than this, but I'd certainly love to be wrong on that one. I'm tipping GM will rekindle our interest in the Corvette C8 by making some big announcements very soon. So keep an eye on my channel for C8 Australia updates. Subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell is the best way to be alerted to my next video as soon as it's uploaded. But for now, stay safe, stay in love with your vet, and I hope to see you again real soon.